little 60 piece. That's only the neck though.
Last night a bitch nigga shot a real nigga, but we don't make no diss records, we just deal with it. Plus I be going through a lot, I never talk about it, and they using nigga songs in court, so I can't talk about it. Rap niggas think I'm dumb, like I don't see the play. I let them think they got the ups, then get them out the way. On FaceTime, my brother telling me he shot my mama, telling me to chill, but I know he seen that nigga face. But that's enough about that part. Talking about respect, well it's a must about that part. Playing with my money, well then it's up about that part. Cause when it's time to play ball, don't give a fuck about that part. They know I'm that nigga when they see me. Her man crush been a hater and her little brother won't beat me. Her friend been on my dick since I was passing out CDs. Her baby daddy a mark and her boyfriend probably a weenie. 3,300 on my book bag. Left some niggas in the past, but I don't look back. Shit kinda different, I ain't the man that I was. I seen death in too many forms and I ain't never really shook that. Don't let him rock you to sleep, true colors better believe him. I know that God got me, but I be riding with my reaper. Praying with my kids and even then I got my heater. And I be stepping so hard, this hoes in $1,000 sneakers. Take your bitch when I meet her and you ain't seen her in about 3 days. Knew I was a threat, I passed that stick like a relay. Spin it back to back, it's like a motherfucking replay. Turn your son into a bitch when I shoot, I think I'm D-Wade. Told him I'm a savage, if I want it, I'ma have it. Playing with my lettuce, cook your head like a cabbage. Tell them that I'm rich and I'm solid, that's the advantage. Bitch, bad kids, fresh little nigga, you can't stand it. Tell them big checks, yardsticks, not a root. All I smoke is ops and I don't never smoke a hookah. Looking for a blessing that's worth of Jesus and Judas. Tell them niggas game 6, my whole team full of shooters. I slide on a nigga like a motherfucking flip-flop. Pressure on your homie and I promise he a flip-flop. Talking that wooty-woo, something. I know the police listen, so I ain't really saying nothing. I know these niggas envy, they can't manage how they feel. Jealousy's for bitches, you niggas pussy for real. A nigga get the drop and he happen to shoot. First we heal up and get back. We ain't going on the shirt, I swear to God, nigga.
That woo-woo, some. I know the police listening, so I ain't saying nothing. Talking that woo-woo, some. Nigga, cock back and aim and leave you bleeding where you running, swear to God, nigga.
What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper typing in NTN and Trap News Network. Back in the same. Like, come here. Like, it's back in the same. Like, cracking the same here at 10. And then Trap News Network. It's that good news you use. That good knowledge. You ain't finna get nobody's college, man. Me and 6 is going for a little late night walk. Come here, 6. We're going for a little late night walk, man. I'll be walking 6 off the leash. So, you know, I'll be making sure that she stay with me and all that kind of stuff. You feel me, man? You know, 6 just be thugging. Ain't no leash, ain't no collar. And I wait till late at night to walk her. That way it ain't nobody else around. So I can kind of just let her do her little thing. You feel me? But don't worry about that. If you would like to become a part of this Trap News Network family, you want to become part of this Rich Trapper Mafia, you feel like you could be a Trap News Network correspondent, hit us up on Instagram, TRAPNEWS Trap News Network. Hit us up, man. We would love to give you some news you can use. We'd love to see if you can give us some knowledge that you can't get nobody's college. We go tap in with that tap in. If you ain't in fact tapped in with that tap in. We finna see what Chinaman from Hoovers got to say about 4XTRAZ shoving carrots in people's Bookas. Let's get into this content. Without no further ado, don'ts by way of young Ant Jefe. Let's jump into it. Let's go.
Another one like the other. The recipient of Hot Topics is Chinaman from 11 Deuce Hoover, aka Damian Porter. The 4XTRAZ and the carrot situation. Now, since I dropped this content by way of my homie in the county jail, a lot of people feathers have been ruffled. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people calling people, trying to have people call in. Why people got the set name out. Why people speaking on the homies. Why this, why that. Now, I don't know if these people are retarded, if these people have mental lapses, if these people's on hot meds. I've said this 3 different times, or 4 different times, however many times I did the segment. I had a phone call from my homie in Wayside, and he told me, unbeknownst to me, that he had some content for me. I didn't ask for no content. I didn't care about the content. I was there to talk to my comrade. He's in there. He had something that he thought was amusing, and he wanted to share with me. And I hit the record button, and that's what happened. Now, since then, getting all these phone calls. You know what I'm saying? I see I dropped the segment with my boy Hawk yesterday from Hoover. After I dropped the segment, letting people know that he was the reason that King Pill and the G Uno dude was allowed in the city doing what they was doing at the park and all that, he called me back. Or tell me, saying, hey, bro, hit my line real quick. So when I see the message, I'm thinking like, man, I know it's not about this situation. I know you are not about to talk to me about the situation again, because I basically just, everything you wanted me to... wanted me to put out there so it wasn't no confusion, I placed out there. I listened intently and carefully, and I placed out there. However, I hit this line. When I hit this line, what's up, bro? I said, I know this not about this content I just dropped. He like, nah, bro, I just got a call from the pen from one of the homies, bro, and he just wondering why people, he talking about why people speaking on Hoovers.
Now, here's the part that gets tricky about this internet space, especially when gang politics become involved. Once it hits the internet, it's everyone's business. Now, they can say, well, this didn't have to hit the internet, but young Ant Jefe had a conversation with his homie, and the conversation with his homie leaked out to the internet because his homie wanted it to, be out there, blah, blah, blah. At which point, people involved, said this, said that. Some other things happened with, G Uno and King Pill and blah, blah. Everybody's reaching out, everybody's tapping in. But the messages are being put out the way the message wanted to be put out, and they're using these media platforms as their voice, but it's not the content that they're upset about. It's the comments. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. People are very rarely upset about the type of content we put out. People are more so upset, more than likely, about the comments about the content. People who don't like how they're viewed off, the reception of the public and all that kind of stuff, the perception of the public, excuse me. And that's a lot of times too much for these dudes to handle. They like to say that it's not, but it is. It's not the content that pisses people off. It's the comments and what people are saying about the content that pisses people off. But, here we are with this kind of sticky, tricky, sticky, Vicky situation. So we'll let young Ant Jefe kind of quarterback this one a little bit more, and we'll piggyback off of it.
From one of the homies, bro, and he just wondering why people, he talking about why people speaking on Hoovers. He under the impression you don't like Hoover. And then he just started bringing up some old history and stuff like that. That I was just like, man, I had to catch my composure because Hawk feeling the same way I'm feeling. Hawk like, bro, I know you. I said, man, look, check this out. I'm going to say this for the last time, and I've said this twice already, bro. The Hoovers ain't ever did nothing to me. I don't have a problem with the Hoovers unless they got a problem with me. If I'm telling a story and your hood happen to be the corporate, so be it. It is what it is, bro. Eat it. If your homie did something he had no business doing or something happened to him, eat it. If you got some information that's true or something that could be true on the 8 trade, bro, I don't have a problem with putting it out here. That's what you weird dudes don't understand. Y'all just getting y'all feelings and get mad when y'all sets is placed out here and people is trolling in the tracks and playing with y'all. I don't troll and I am not playing. It's a situation that happened. I don't care if I spend 10 stories back to back in they Hoover stories. If they happen, bro, they happen. Bro, I spent 60 stories back to back, but I guess it's okay because it said that they the ops. I spent stories that I'd have fight with neighbor, all that, dude. It don't matter. When it's your turn, bro, it's your turn. You dudes need to stop getting so emotional and stop trying to make shit hood stuff when it's not. So, by the way, welcome back, Damian Porter. So, I already had a segment I was going to drop, but before I dropped this segment, man, I guess somebody was working because they told me to scroll down YouTube. I scrolled down YouTube, come across Damian Porter response to the situation by Too Gangster for YouTube. Now, me and Hillman had our back and forths over this A-Trade Hoover stuff, you know what I'm saying? Hopped on a phone call and concluded it there. And I thought it stayed there. However, in this situation, being that I'm the one that broke this news and speaking on it, this man is coming out talking about, most hated, everybody hate the Hoovers. Let me say this to all you gangbangers in LA. I don't know one most hated hood, bro. On God, I don't. I've been out here as long as all y'all gangbanging. I ain't seen one hood that just did the most egregious acts that'll give you, man, they most hated, don't mess with them. I just ain't seen it, bro. Everybody out here is doing the same stuff. The Hoovers ain't did nothing to me. The Hoovers ain't did nothing to A-Trade for us to have any hate towards y'all or me to have any hate. We ain't got into it, went to war with y'all and all that numerous of times, bro. Y'all have not did anything egregious to come out and say that y'all are most hated to us. That might be the situation with the neighborhoods, bro, but we just need to kill this. Everybody speaking on the Hoovers. I got the Hoovers in their mouth because we most hated. Like, huh? Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, quit that. But however, he chimed in, I guess, seeing the story, and he feels some type of way, and basically he's saying it ain't happened. He said he tapped in with the county jail, and they folks saying it ain't happened, but he got to furthermore investigate and tap back in the county jail some more. I don't know. That don't make sense to me. I didn't make this shit up. I really don't care about it. I didn't try to put it out there to slander the Hoovers and nothing like that. So then the question is being asked, and then it really don't make no sense because if a Hoover got attacked, why would the Bloods attack a neighborhood? Sue-woo grooving, that's why. Sue-woo grooving, that's why. You've been in the county jail, you're familiar with that. Sue-woo grooving. So if they're in there pushing Sue-woo grooving and a Hoover can't get to a neighborhood, who's the next best thing up to do it? Them. That's why. But I'm going to quit talking about this situation, man. Let's get into this content. And y'all already know, man, it's the Hefway, the Hef Effect. We going to commentate.
Now, this is a very interesting situation because the Hoovers and the A-Trays typically have a pretty good alliance. They have a pretty good understanding of one another. And it's even interesting the fact that Young and Jefe acknowledged and admitted to the moving and grooving, the Sue-whooping, moving and grooving situation where the Hoovers, the Gangster Crips, and the Bloods will come together to go against the neighborhood Crips because a lot of times, not going to say no names, but it's a lot of people in our YouTube space that don't really want to act like that, don't really want to admit that that exists because in their mind, you know, they have whatever reasons. I'm not going to get too deep into that because that's a political thing and I don't want to go deep into those type of politics on this video. But if you know, a lot of people aren't necessarily proud of that alliance, but Young and Jefe makes it clear, like, hey, this is why it's happening, and I appreciate his honesty of being real about the situation. Again, it's kind of odd to see, from my perspective, the A-Trays and the Hoovers at, you know, opposite ends of a coin, because, you know, typically speaking, like I said, those dudes have a pretty good working relationship, but, you know, everything happens how it happens. We're going to jump back into this content and I'll see what Damian Porter has to say about this.
Let's get into this content. And y'all already know, man, it's the Hefway, the Hef Effect. We gonna commentate.
What it do, YouTube? What it do? Salute to my boy Damian Porter for the content. He's an OG from Hoover that did 22 years on a level 4. He called his homie in LA County jail. He wanted to know if those rumors of 4XTRAZ was true. Allegedly, 4XTRAZ put a carrot in somebody's booty. Allegedly, it was a guy named Wild Thing from Hoover. Allegedly, he was a handicapped guy from their set. But his homie said there is nobody from the set named Wild Thing.
I was curious, so I called in, and I talked to the homies yesterday. Man, y'all heard about this? This dude supposedly knocked out one of the homies and violated him. The homies say, yeah, we've heard that nonsense. 4XTRAZ denies it. First of all, there's no one from the hood with that name. If it has any validity to it, it's all up in the air. It's questionable. They say, and I never heard of that name either, that there's no one from the hood with that name. It starts and stops there.
Allegedly, what 4XTRAZ did started a war in LA County jail. Now the Bloods are doing it to the Crips. Porter said that don't even make no sense. Because why would the Bloods get involved in something that had nothing to do with them? Porter said he's gonna do some investigation because he doesn't like how the Hoovers are being portrayed on social media. He feels like the Hoovers are always the victim when people tell stories about them.
Doesn't make sense to me, having been there and lived it for years behind those bars and know how things work and how these politics work, what you can and cannot do. Some things are not adding up, but again, I wasn't there, so I don't know. This sort of thing does transpire behind walls. I'm going to find out exactly what the war is in that county jail. Is it over 4XTRAZ and this carrot situation or not? I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Because people are putting Hoover in it now. People are saying that the Hoover was violated. These dudes hate Hoover so much, man. They hate Hoover so much, bro.
Damian Porter said if the stories are true and this actually happened, then it's about to go up because we're not going to let anybody violate one of ours in that manner, especially if that person is handicapped and can't defend themselves. This type of action can get you deleted real quick. Porter said he's going to get down to the bottom of this. He's going to reach out to those guys that's in there because so far the Hoovers are denying all of those allegations. They tapped in with the Hoovers in the LA County jail, and so far everybody is saying that it's not one of theirs.
It's gonna go up bad. If dude is handicapped and cannot protect himself, we gonna protect him. And if you violate our people like that It's all bad. We looking to delete you, bro. This ain't no fucking game. You ain't finna play with our people like that. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what makes me think I would know about it. But just for the purposes, I'm gonna investigate, do my due diligence, and find out exactly what I can find out about this particular situation and bring it to you.
Okay, so we heard everything that was said there by way of Damian Porter and whatever else Too Gangsta for YouTube was breaking down for y'all. Now, let's go about it this way. So, y'all see the man say that, hey, 4XTRAZ even said he didn't do it, so somebody lying. Everybody seen that interview with Adam and 4XTRAZ. 4XTRAZ stood on that he didn't do it, but you can see the amusement that something may have been done, which made Adam keep pressing like, bro, well, who did it? 4XTRAZ said, man, I don't know. I just knocked him out, left him by the trash can, and walked away. It was carriage by the trash can. Where he fell at, it was carriage by the trash can. Did anybody carry him? Man, I don't know. Man, I walked about the room. Man, I was gone. Ah! He didn't stay there and, no, I didn't do that. I just knocked him out. No, homies didn't do that either. He didn't get carried, period. None of that never happened. He just said that he didn't do it. Now, with that being said, let's go even a step further since people want to play games. Hey, because I was done with this shit, but I see people out here on the street, you know what I'm saying, they want to put their hood in this shit and just can't seem to leave well good alone. And if this was a nigga from A-Trade, would I be so invested in mine? Nigga, hell no. We gonna get to that. When we get to that, we'll get to the member, whoever that person be. I'm not about to let no jail shit out here, have my feathers up, where I'm acting crazy and I'm about to end up in jail too. Check this out. Now,
Now, it's very clear to see that young Ant Jefe is sick of the flu flammery, the skullduggery, and all the larcenous behavior. He don't want to hear it. 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 But since he has to keep hearing it and everybody seemingly don't care for how he's politicking, it sounds like young Ant Jefe is finna politic the way he see fit regarding his YouTube channel, because again, he's not starting any gang wars, he's not starting any problems, he's actually just reporting on what's going on the internet. And I understand young Ant Jefe's point, because in my earlier days on YouTube, I had a lot of the same conversations, a lot of the same problems, where people feel like just because you have access to me, it gives you the right to call me and talk to me about my content and all that. But in the actuality of the situation, he's not lying. 4XTRAZ didn't necessarily say he did it, but when it came to who did it, he was just kind of laughing it off like, bam. And it did leave a lot of room for, people to kind of wonder and guess, did this situation happen based off 4XTRAZ's response? Young Ant Jefe is just giving you guys the news you can use and the knowledge you can't get in nobody's college. The fact that so many people were upset at him for what's going on the internet is incredible. Let's keep going.
With the Bloods hop in it, Suwoo grooving. Ain't nothing else to say. Second, right now, my homie that told me that, his name is G Bam. His name is Bam from A-Trade Gangsters. He's in Wayside. If any of you guys, the real members, is tapped in at Wayside to talk to you guys and talk to y'all guys, or if y'all got somebody on the floor with him or know the A-Trades, y'all can tap in and find out yourself. Now, for the Hoovers that want to tap in with somebody from Hoover, it's a dude from Hoover that just went to that dorm about a week ago. If y'all know who Stizzy is from A-Trade Hoover, Stizzy little brother, whatever they call Stizzy little brother from A-Trade Hoover, he's in that dorm. He knows about it. Whoever can call and reach out to him and talk to him, or if y'all can have Stizzy tell his brother to call in, y'all can get the story for yourself so people can stop being so motherfucking mad. Second, for the other homies, you know what I'm saying, I've been tapping in. Y'all already know. Y'all can tap in with Blue Dice from 7-6 East Coast. He's up there. If y'all want to know what's going on, bro, I don't have time to get on the internet, nigga, to ruffle nobody's feathers or try to play some games, bro. I am outside every single day. I'm not a person that you don't see. I'm not a person that disappears, pop back up, none of that. I'm outside in the community and other people's community going to get me stuff to eat at stores. The people see me every day. So I don't got to play and spin no narratives and spin no lies for no views. That's what you dudes do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you dudes do. And when dudes' stories and channels ain't doing so good, dudes just look for anyway. Man, you know how much clickbait I've been seeing my name and dudes channels, oh, Jefe Live, oh, Young Ant this, Young Ant that, man. It's a part of the game, man. I am not tripping. A lot of this stuff be amusement and funny. But for anybody that think I'm lying or got a problem with what I'm saying, man, tap in with your people, man. And if they saying it's a lie, then obviously, you know what I'm saying, my homie lied or somebody's trying to hide something and they don't want it out there. And this is not for anybody like you older guys. It's like from these second, third generations that been in county. Oh, that wasn't going on in my time in the county jail. Bro, this is a whole goddamn different time, and it was egregious stuff. People getting raped, people getting whooped with showers, all type of stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no different from you getting peanut butter to getting carroted, bro. You playing with people's manhood and playing with these games. But this is my last time, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, speaking on this matter, going back and forth, unless it's like some new evidence or something, unless somebody come out saying this and really can stand on it. But with that being said, man, I'm going to conclude this there, man. It's your boy, Young Ant Jefe. Don't care about.
So again, Young Ant Jefe was pretty, excuse me, forthcoming with all the information. He even went so far as to kind of give y'all a name of who he was speaking to when he got that information, as far as like one of his homies and all that kind of stuff, which in my mind would kind of, you know, serve to more validation that he's not just trying to make things up to be salacious. He's actually, you know, tapped in with who he needs to tap in with, speaking with who he needs to speak with, and that's the information he got. I mean, he is being so bold as to like, hey, like, you know, this homie's the one who said it. I got that information from this person. I got this information from that person, and blah, blah, blah. You know, that's pretty detailed for it to not be the truth. It sounds like something did happen. You know, only one can only speculate, excuse me. But, you know, we will never really know. Only those who know will know. You feel me? But with that also being said, y'all know how it goes. There's always some situations going on in that Los Angeles County jail system. And for all the OGs who be like, oh, at my time that didn't happen and blah, blah, blah. I hate to admit it, OG. I hate to say it, but y'all the ones who started on the flu flamming, skullduggery, and larceny. Y'all generation is the ones that have made it all right to do weird stuff and play with people's manhoods and be with the Bookas play. So with that being said, y'all know the deal. Red dots to the left, y'all know the rest. And it's free. I've been Ant Jefe. We gone.